Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really big decision that every growing business has to face: figuring out the right IT service model. Should you go for a co-managed partnership, or is a fully managed solution the way to go? Let's break it all down and find the right path for you.
I love this quote because it just nails the whole point. For a lot of small and medium-sized businesses, IT can feel like a total headache, right? Just this recurring pain. But, and this is the key, with the right strategy, you can flip that on its head. You can turn that pain point into a real advantage, creating repeatable wins for your company.
And that really brings us to the big question we're tackling in this explainer. Our goal here is pretty simple. I want to give you a clear framework so you can answer this question for your own company. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to look for.
So before you can choose a path, you've got to know where each one actually leads. We're going to start by clearly defining our two main options: co-managed and fully managed IT. Okay, this slide really gets at the heart of the difference between these two. On one side, you've got co-managed IT. Think of this as a partnership. It's a hybrid approach where your own internal team works together with an external expert, what we call a managed service provider, or MSP. The key thing here is that responsibilities are shared and everything's customized to what you need. Then on the other side, there's fully managed IT. This is a complete handoff. The MSP takes total control and basically becomes your outsourced IT department. It's less about collaborating and more about just delegating the whole shebang.
All right, so we know what they are. Now let's really dig in and put them head to head. We're going to compare these two models on three of the most important factors for any business: cost, risk, and of course, scalability.
First up, let's talk money, because that's always a big one. The two approaches are really different here. Co-managed services are all about flexibility. You're typically looking at a range of about $50 to $150 per user a month, and you're only paying for the specific things you need to support your team. Fully managed services, on the other hand, are usually a higher, all-inclusive price. It's definitely a premium investment, but if your business has zero internal IT expertise, it gives you that complete coverage and, honestly, peace of mind.
So what do those numbers actually look like in the real world? Well, for a company with, say, 25 employees, that flexible co-managed pricing we just talked about means you're probably looking at a monthly cost somewhere in this range. This just shows you how a tailored, pay-for-what-you-need approach can actually fit into a real-world budget.
Next up, risk. With a co-managed model, the risk is shared. Your business gets to keep its own internal knowledge, but you also get to tap into the MSP's specialized security skills. It's a real team effort. Now, with a fully managed model, the risk is essentially transferred. The MSP takes on full responsibility, which can be a massive win if you don't have a dedicated cybersecurity expert on staff.
Now, let's talk about growing your business: scalability. This is one area where co-managed IT can be a real game changer. It's super adaptable. You can easily add or drop services as your needs change. Fully managed IT, on the other hand, is all about speed. It's like a turnkey solution that can make your IT problems disappear really fast, but it might not have that same level of fine-tuned flexibility later on down the road.
Okay, so we've defined the options, we've compared them. Now for the most important part. How do you actually decide what's right for you? Let's shift gears from just explaining the what to really focusing on the how. We're going to build a framework to help you find your perfect fit.
The answer here isn't about which model is objectively better. It's all about which one is better for you. And to figure that out, you really need to start by looking inward at your own organization. This checklist right here is your guide. First, identify your needs. This isn't just about what's broken. It's about what your internal team should be doing. Are they stuck handling help desk tickets when they could be working on strategic projects? Next up, compliance. This one's huge. Regulations like HIPAA or GDPR, they're not optional. And an MSP with expertise here can be an incredible ally. And finally, think about your size, not just today, but where you want to be in a year or two. The right choice now is going to support that future growth, not hold it back. To make this even clearer, let's look at some specific recommendations. We're going to use one of the most common ways to measure a business, team size, to suggest a starting point for your decision. And this table is just brilliant at showing how your needs change as you grow. If you're a really small team, say 1 to 5 people, a flexible, co-managed approach is often the perfect fit.
But as you grow into that 6 to 25 employees sweet spot, you might need a mix. Maybe you fully manage your network security, but you co-manage day-to-day help desk stuff. And for bigger teams, 25 and up, especially those with serious compliance needs, you might go with a fully managed service for your core systems, but still use co-management for specific, one-off projects.
Okay, once you've done your homework and you have a general direction in mind, it's time to actually do something. Here's a clear 4-step plan to put all this into practice.
So here's how you move forward. First, that internal assessment is your foundation. Without it, you're just flying blind. Second, don't just talk to one MSP. Talk to a few. You're looking for a real partner, not just a vendor. Step 3, the service level agreement, or SLA. This is absolutely non-negotiable. It's what defines success, and it protects your business. And finally, step 4, remember this isn't a one-and-done decision. Your business is going to change, and your IT partnership has to be flexible enough to change with you.
And that brings us right back to where we started. By really thinking through this and choosing the right IT path, you can stop just putting out fires and start building a strategic asset. So ask yourself, is your IT a recurring pain, or is it setting you up for repeatable wins? The choice, really, is yours.